Thank you, Matt, and hello to everybody. Good to see everybody here today. Congratulations to women's soccer and women's volleyball as well for a good weekend. Both those coaches have their teams playing well, and it won't be long till we're taking the court ourselves. We started practice last week. We've had 7 really good practices. We took off one day of fall break on Saturday, came back last night with another good workout. The guys have worked hard and feel like we made some strides. I believe we're ahead of where we were last year at this time. We need to be good defensively, and I feel that we will be at the guard spot, especially with Jay Wright, one of the best stone ball defenders in the conference, along with Jonathan Stove and Frank Bartley. Feel that we'll be as good defensively as any team in the league, and we're going to need that because it's a guard-heavy league this year. Some really good players coming back. We've been rebounding the ball well in practice, and certainly Bryce Washington will be our leading rebounder probably. He's our leading returner. Averaged right at 6 a game last year. Looked for that total to increase this year. I think he had 10 rebounds 5 games last year, 3 double-doubles. And I feel confident Bryce can average around 8 rebounds a game this season. Led the league in field goal percentage last year, and we need that as well to take good shots and help our team score. I think all those guys' points totals will go up also. We need to shoot the three-point shot better. And just sitting there looking at the stats from last year, that was a problem that we had. We gave up 36%, and we shot 31. So if you look at those numbers, our opponents could have shot 3 for 112 from 3 and matched us. So it's a miracle we won 19 games. It shows you we were doing some other things right, which was get to the free throw line a lot more than our opponents, and we'll continue to do that. We like our new guys that have come in and helped. We've got 3 freshmen that are fighting for playing time. P.J. Hardy, a point guard from St. Louis Catholic over in Lake Charles, has done a real good job for us to date. Roydell Brown, a forward, 6'5", from Helen Cox over in New Orleans. And Justin Miller from Owensboro, Kentucky, played at 22 Feet Academy in South Carolina as a post player, and all 3 of those guys have done really well in practice. Loren Stallcup is also a player that we brought in late that we'd signed a year before. He's had a very good first week of practice, and all the coaches and players are encouraged by what we see from Lorenz. He definitely gives us some needed length inside, can protect the rim a little bit. And then also back, we have Scotty Plaisance, redshirt sophomore who's looked good in fall workouts and is fighting to get in the rotation. And then 2 more guys that we redshirted last year's freshman, Cadavian Evans, guard that can really score the ball, and Jerikas Davis, who can score and rebound the basketball. And we need those guys to step up for us as well. But that's a little bit about our roster. Be glad to answer any questions that you guys may have. Here's where we get started.
Expect to most pick you up on 3-point shoot?
Probably it would be a little bit of everybody. Tim would have to be. Jerikas Davis can really shoot the 3-point shot, so can Cadavian Evans. That's 2 of their strengths. So Frank can shoot it. Jonathan's had a really good summer shooting the basketball. Bryce will shoot more than the 8 that he shot last year as well. So I think it'll be by committee. P.J. Hardy shot the ball well also.
Is Jay going to stay point guard, or is he going to move over to 2?
Play both. We play both. We're not going to play with a point necessarily. Dave will play with 2 guards, and Frank has the ball. He'll bring it. We'll have different guys that'll bring it up the floor.
Speaking of Frank, how much of a maturity factor does he bring to help be a solidifying presence in the locker room?
Well, he gives us some leadership and some maturity for sure. He's a 4th-year junior. Also went to prep school for a year, so he's got some experience under his belt, just like Justin Miller, and also like Loren Stallcup is an older junior as well. So we've got some age experience. We just got to get some on-the-court experience.
I know that Bryce Washington's been looking for a leadership role for a while. How much are you going to be looking to him and Jonathan Stove to kind of get the team in check?
Well, they certainly will be team captains, and along with Jay Wright, those 3 guys. And they led us last year as sophomores at time, and I feel confident they'll continue to do a great job in that area for us this season.
How do they use Bartley at BYU? Has he been kind of a little bit of forward to forward?
From what I understand, he did play at different spots, and he was behind a couple of really good players. I can't recall the young man's name, but he was one of the best players in the country, point guard, and he wanted to play the point. So played a little bit out of position. BYU's a tough situation to crack playing time because you're there, and they've got these guys coming back in off the missions every year. You're talking about older with experience. So it's very difficult to crack the lineup there. Coach Rose thought a lot of Frank and did not want him to leave, but felt like this would be a good opportunity for him.
Seems like Stove's kind of added something to his game every year. What has he worked the hardest on to add this year?
Just offensive, being aggressive on the offensive end. He's shooting the ball well. He's really spent a lot of time at three-point shot and the free throw line, which he's going to get those opportunities. But has had a very good spring and very good summer, and in the first week he's been outstanding.
Coach, what are some ways, obviously you lose one of the best scorers in the program's history, and then most of us are looking at where are you going to get how are you going to replace all that, but what are some things that y'all can do besides the playing defense and the guard position, ways that maybe you're thinking you can win some games that the fans and maybe us haven't really thought about?
Well, it's a good point, Kevin, and we talked last night actually about scoring off our defense. I've talked to the team a couple of times about it, and talked to him again about it last night. And my reference point is Alabama football. I mean, I worked there for 3 years. I've seen them score time and time again. They won the national championship with a very average vanilla offense, but defensively they just don't give up points. Watch a little bit of the game Saturday. Arkansas is about to cut it to 14, and Fitzpatrick runs one back 108 yards or 105 yards. Scoring off their defense, not stopping people, but scoring off their defense, and that's what we've got to do. We've got to be aggressive and get out with some steals and extend more pressure on the perimeter by allowing our opponents to shoot 36%. That we were letting them be way too comfortable last season. And the point distribution will come from different guys. I'm not concerned about that. We may not average 79 or 80 like we have the last couple of years, but it's still, and we've led the league 4 years in a row, but I still feel like we'll be close in that area. We should average 75 points.
How do you rank this team talent-wise for some of the teams in the past?
It's hard to rank them at this time. It's too early. We've got some size that we needed with Lorenz. We've got a really good group. We've got 3 guys that have started for 2 years basically, in Jay, Bryce, and Jonathan. And you add in Frank, an older guy, Lorenz, an older guy, Kadavian and Jarikas, Scotty have all redshirt years under their belt. So it shows we've had some good players in the past, and fortunate to be able to redshirt those guys. But we'll just have to see where we go. The guys that are eligible, you take the guys that aren't playing, and it's a different story.
Jay Wright's a guy who plays an incredible amount of part. He said he's going to be one of the team captains too. Have you encouraged him to be more vocal with the rest of the guys?
Yeah, he's done a very good job in that area, Ron. He's been vocal. He's worked hard. Been first to the floor several times in practice. Has shot the ball very well. And look forward to watching him have a great senior year.
You starting 5 yet, or are you waiting on that?
No, we don't. We play tonight. We got some time left, right? Now we're rotating those guys around a little bit, Dave, and seeing we've got probably 4 guys in position, and we're trying to rotate the other guys. And ironically, whoever plays with that group has a really good day that day. So I think that says something about our 4 guys that are the core of our group.
You had games last year where you played as many as 10 guys, double-digit minutes, and it wasn't unusual for you to play 11 and sometimes 12 guys during a game. In a perfect world this year, how deep do you want this team to go?
Probably go 9 to 10. We'll see, and it depends how much we press and how active we're going to be, and hopefully we can stay healthy. But 9 or 10.
How much are these the 3 new guys that aren't going to play this year? How much are they helping you in practice, being some mature guys who have played at some pretty big programs?
Well, definitely helping us in a lot of different areas. I think we got the best scout team in the country. I'll put our scout team up against anybody. They understand the offense. They've got a good grasp on what's going on. They're able to, after a week, they're able to help those younger guys. They've been coached. They work hard, and they've been a joy to coach this week.
You mentioned Scotty Plaisance. How much of a toughness factor does he bring you guys down there?
Scotty's tough. He's got to continue to get in there and rebound the basketball and be aggressive. He's had some really good practices, and we need his rebounding for sure, his ability to run the floor, defend. He can score a little bit too. He's got to get in a rhythm and have some success and build his confidence. And hopefully that'll carry over into the games, and everybody will be able to see that.
There has been obviously changes, like you said, it's early, but how do you see the conference race shaping up, and how do you think you guys will be perceived when that poll comes out?
Just voted last week, Tim, and sent it in for the coaches poll. It should come out in the next week, I would think, Matt. I think the conferences are going to be very good. We've got a lot of really good guards. It's going to be hard to pick a first-team all-conference. That's for sure. Arlington's getting a lot of attention at the top of the league. They've got some guys back. Herbie set out, and we'll see how they do. They've got a very tough non-conference schedule. I know that. Little Rock's got guys back. They had an excellent team last year, and addition of Coastal Carolina to the league. They've got a good backcourt as well, and I think they'll do well right from the jump. A lot of people are high on Georgia Southern, so we'll see. Even though they had a losing record last year, I think they still got some things to prove, but they do have good guard play. And as far as us, we'll probably be picked in the middle of the pack. And hopefully we'll finish in the top 4 and get a bye like we have the last 3 years. The only team in the league that's done that. We're very consistent in that area, so hopefully that'll continue.
Before the season tips off, what's the main thing you're going to try to drive home to your team to do in the program?
Just got to get better defensively. I mean, we've got that's our main focus. And we weren't bad last year, but we were bad at the three-point line. And we gave up way too many three-point shots and baskets. We've got to do a better job in that area and continue to play as a unit. We talked about our talent, you know, how that ranks. And I will say this, it's the best chemistry we've had since I've been here, without a doubt. And hopefully that translates into some success on the court. Season ticket sales went out to the general public this morning at 10 o'clock. We're 300 away from catching last year's total, and excuse me, I think we're 300 away from, or 300 away from last year's total, and then like 500 away from having the most we've ever had. So it's an exciting time. We're going to have a good product to play in the new Cajun Dome. It's going to be a beautiful arena. Plus, our guys are real excited about playing at Blackham. We're looking forward to that, and I look forward to getting in there and practicing here in the next week.
How long do you think it'll take you to get used to playing in the more intimate Cajun Dome?
It's going to be a challenge. We'll be able to practice in there for about 3 or 4 days before we play, and it's going to be a different look, a different feel. But hopefully we'll continue to have the success that we had last year. We were 13-3. We've had one of the best 2-year runs in our Cajun Dome history. We also started 11-0 last year, the first time that had ever been done. So hopefully we can get off that 11-0 start again this season.
Everybody good? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.